Hey, Roger.
Good morning, Kev.
Look at you sharpening your chainsaw here, getting ready for the spring.
Well, this is a job you always want to do before you need the piece of equipment.
Sure.
There's nothing worse than having a limb or a saw down and have to go in and sharpen it before you clean it up or cut firewood.
Better to cut with a sharp blade, right?
Yeah, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to make something that looks just like that. That's a factory tooth. You see how sharp that is?
I do. What's with the gloves?
The gloves, just because this chain is dull doesn't mean it won't cut your skin.
Okay, good
So
to
I
know.
put these on all the time. Now, if you look at our tooth here, see how that's rounded over right there and all ripped up on the edge?
I do.
That's not going to cut.
Okay.
Now, the other thing to notice is, see that line
Yeah.
right there? That is going to give us our angle to redo the tooth. Now, a guy with a lot of experience who runs a chainsaw every day would just take a file like that and using his eye, duplicate that angle and keep going back and forth until he has that same cutting edge that was on that original tooth we looked at.
Okay, so something you're saying like a guy like you could do with experience, but are you also suggesting a homeowner can sharpen their own blade, or they have to take it in?
Well, to make it a little easier for them, there's actually this bracket that you can mount the round file in, and it gives you different measurements of what angle that we want to cut the tooth at.
The angle of this actual tooth here?
Yes.
Well, how do I know that angle?
Well, you can either get it when you get the chain, or it's written right on the teeth.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what this helps you do, Kevin, when you put it on, you can line up that 25-degree line right in line with the blade. So now that makes you start at the right angle, and you just keep tracing it all the way across until you get a sharp tooth.
All right, and so is that all that goes into sharpening
No,
a
you
blade?
need to sharpen the teeth in two different directions, and the other thing you need to look at is called a raker, and it actually guides the tooth straight through the wood, but it has to be a little bit lower than the tooth itself. And if it is higher, you simply take a flat file, take and use it without hitting the tooth, just take the raker down a little bit.
And so just to be clear, we're not sharpening this, we're just trying to file this below the plane of the tooth?
Right, we're lowering it because if it's too high, it'll affect how the tooth cuts.